Hi guys, so there's a video I want you to watch with me. Just give you a bit of context. This video happened during an assembly. There was a black deputy who had a speech, and during that speech of his peer from a far right, I guess, told him to go back to Africa. I just want you to...
Les personnes secourues se trouvent dans une situation d'urgence absolue. Les prévisions météo indiquent une détérioration significative du climat. Pas du tout. Ces violences...
So, yeah, that's the scene. And after some research that I did, I found out that this guy, the black deputy, his name is Carlos Bilongo, okay? He was born in France. He was born in France. He's supposed to be French, right? He was elected by the people and he was a deputy, right? And one of his peers shouted, go back to Africa to him. So he clearly just say like, oh, you know, French as me. And there's many like black Europeans who encounter such situation, okay? I'm not gonna speak for them because I don't know what they're going through, but for what I know, that there's been a lot of cases like that. What I really want to tackle in this video is this whole discussion about African migration to Europe, okay? So Africa is 1.5 billion people as we speak right now in 2025, and there is less than 10% of African who migrate to Europe. And just to give you an idea of how big it is, 10% of 1.5 billion, that's 150 million people. And we all know that there is no 150 million people in Europe, Africans in Europe right now. I would say even less than 5% of African migrate to Europe. Most of them, they are on the continent. And African are not just the only one who migrate to Europe. There's Asian, there is like a Middle Eastern, there's even European themselves, but that doesn't seem to bother anyone. People are just really focused on Africans, and I often hear like Europeans say, oh no, you go back to Africa, you go back to Africa. And the politicians, they use that anger from the people to kind of manipulate them. But they don't really want to talk about the real issue, okay? Because those people, they know here because they like seeing you or they love your country that much. It's because what your government is doing in their country. What I want to say is like, you need to understand the real cause of migration, okay? What they don't tell the European is, okay, they're taking resources from them, okay? When I say they're taking resources from them, they're not buying it. When you go to those people country, those African that you say, oh, go back to Africa. Now, what's happening right now in Congo, they say, oh, Congo has been invaded by Rwanda. That's not really the case. We know that, okay, Rwanda is the one doing it, but who's behind it?